Hello my little sugar buggers, welcome back to the channel for yet another speed build. So a couple months ago on Twitter, we had the option to basically vote for our next stuff pack, which I love when they do this because it really gives us players a chance to kind of have, you know, some input in what basically comes into the game. And there was a few different options, and the two that definitely stuck out to me was the off the grid pack, which I think involved like solar panels and maybe even like a cannery. I don't really know exactly, and I don't want to like put words into the into the creators' mouths, but it was something along those lines of living off the grid. And then the other one was eco stuff, I believe, and basically what that one was is, you know, a chance to be like more, I don't know if it was more domesticated, but basically you were able to do like laundry and things of that jazz, which to me seems a little odd. Like, of course, if they're gonna throw in laundry machines, like, why not? Because this is a life simulator, and sometimes you even need to simulate the mundane. If you don't know where that's from, then girl. The mundane things in life, which just so happens to be laundry. Because can I get a show of hands of how many of you just absolutely freaking hate doing laundry but love clean clothes? Like, what? I mean, I personally don't like, you know, a little extra crusty streak in my chonies, but I absolutely freaking hate doing laundry. Like, if you were to come into my room and go upstairs and see my freaking laundry hamper, you would see probably something we all know as the Leaning Tower of Pisa, just kind of like kicking it up in my room, hella posted. And then when I do laundry, this is what I do. So I take my laundry, whatever, put it in the machine, obviously wash it, or I just leave it there so that my hamper doesn't look full, and then I will eventually get to it and put it into the dryer, and then put it on the floor when it's dry, do the same steps 1, 2, and 3 again, and then just all shove it into the dryer, like 3 different loads, and just wait until I have time to fold it. But then, you know, my hamper is empty, but then, yeah, so pretty much me, you know. I don't know exactly if I'd be into laundry in The Sims 4, but, you know, it's something that a lot of people actually, or it seemed that a lot of people wanted, but I actually voted for off the grid. So long story freaking short, that is exactly what this build was inspired by. The pack that lost, boo-hoo. And I know so many people were upset about it too. Anyway, I hope it is something that is still on the table. I hope it's something that they may put into the game later on, because in my personal opinion, I felt like it was a very unique concept, something we haven't exactly seen in The Sims yet. But that's just me. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and kind of sit down and think of what I could build along those lines. I definitely had like tiny house come to mind, and then, you know, something a little more like rustic, I guess. And so I just typed into Google like off the grid homes, and something very similar to this actually popped up, and I was like, oh my god, that is seriously so freaking adorable. So of course I wanted to give it my own spin and incorporate it to fit my needs. The only thing I don't necessarily like about this house is that it's small. It is very freaking small, but we do a few little moderations in the end when I realize things are kind of tiny, just to kind of lengthen certain parts and make it a little more functional. In fact, there is an attic upstairs, if you guys can see those 2 little windows, where there's enough room to probably fit in a desk, possibly a bassinet, but I just kind of want to know what your guys' thoughts are. So in the comments below, let me know, what kind of family would you envision living here? I personally would imagine like maybe someone who's kind of like an introvert, maybe a little bit of a loner, totally cool. Somebody who's just kind of just fed up with the hustle bustle of everyday living and just wants to get away. And I really do believe in my heart, like, this lot is so perfect for homes like these, because it kind of gives you that very isolated feeling. So that's why I picked this lot again. And I also created Rory's cabin on this exact same lot. It's actually one of my favorites. I really do enjoy you know, the scenery, where it's located. I just think it's really nice, but it's not so like family friendly. Like, I don't feel like you have a lot of neighbors or, you know, kids to grow up with and that kind of thing. And I don't know if it's the fact that I recently had a child, but for some reason I'm much more sensitive to my Sim children now. I'm like, girl, you need a backyard. You need some friends. You need to live next to Jimmy Bean down the street, like, you know, the Pancake Family, all of them. Like, you need a social life. But before, I could care freaking less about the kids in The Sims 4. It was so messed up. But anyway, So as we are going in the inside, you can pretty much see the overall layout. It's very open. You walk in, it's kind of like shotgun style. You know, you go through the living room and then you walk into the kitchen. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jennifer, that's a very small freaking kitchen and like dinette. Like, where are you going to fit everything? Don't worry, Bish. Don't worry. We make it work. And I'm also working on, side note, talking a little bit slower. If you guys don't know, I am Italian. I talk extremely fast. It's something I have always done. My family, my sister, my brother, my mother, talk like seriously, spitfire. Like, blah, 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 blah. So Jennifer, what are you doing? Like, what do you go get this? Go get that. Can you mop the floor? Can you go put like that? I can't. Like, that gave me a headache. You guys think I talk fast? Like, no, hunty. Like, you need to be on warp speed to catch up with my family. So, essentially, that's kind of like where that came from. And sometimes I have to remind myself to slow the F down, Turbo. Okay, like take it down several notches because I can get 0 to 100 literally in like 2 seconds. I'm crazy, but. Anyway, so I'm working on it. I'm working on talking a little bit slower, a little more, chill. And that's also why I mispronounce a ton of things, is because I just don't care. Like, I'm just too fast, too quick, with a quickness. I could probably tell you like 5 stories in less than 5 minutes. Like, I'm that fast. But anyway, so I wanted to also make like a little shed or a shack. I guess my whole thought and theory behind this place was I wanted it to be somewhere where you could essentially live off the land. I'm not 100% sure, though, if there is somewhere where you could fish if your Sims are into that, but I did know I wanted enough lot space that where you could actually go and put in several harvestables, maybe have like a little garden area, that kind of thing. I wanted to implement these big tall trees because I seriously love brush. I love trees. I love is it foliage? I don't even know. But I really just love like greenery. I think it's beautiful and it just adds something to the lot. So I'm really impressed, honestly, by myself in this whole build because seriously, I usually build squares and for this one in particular, which Bish, you forgot. Oh God, it's blurry. Oh my gosh, that's like an editing fluke. Whoops. Anyway, I don't even know what I was gonna say. I totally freaking forgot. Anyway, moving on. I just really like how simplistic the outside details are. And I was going to go for like kind of farm style little garden here. I'm just kind of playing around, trying out things. It didn't work the way that I thought it would. In the Sims 3, if you would have put down fences or something, you would have had like nothing underneath them. It doesn't work the same in The Sims 4, which kind of sucks. But anyway, that's a little gardening plot. You can put whatever you want there. And there's also something else I have to share with you guys. So if you remember a few of my mod reviews, I have reviewed a couple things by Ice Munmun, I think is her name. At first, I thought it was like Ice Munmun. Like, it sounded like Jamaican. It was so, I was like, and then I was like, man, am I just like not like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I pronunciate these things? But then I realized it's not, I don't know. I was really wrong. It's a girl. I thought it was a guy. Oh geez. And that's like me screwing up little Simsy's name. I always call her Little. It's Lil Simsy. And then when I called her Little Mimsy, oh my God. Like seriously, I literally foot to mouth, people, foot to mouth. Ostrich in the dirt all the time, 24/7. That is like my permanent place of birth. Anyway, so she's coming out with, I hope she's still doing it, a jamming station. And what is so amazing by this creator is that she goes the extra gosh dang mile. Like, she makes these things so freaking legit. You would honestly, see, I talk with my hands too. That's another thing. Sorry. Bump. She makes these things so legit. Like, you honestly wouldn't know the difference if EA created it themselves or she did. Like, she puts in different whims and moodlets and just all these freaking things, and the items, they look so like perfect, and like the creators of the Sims have made it themselves, and it's just really detail oriented. So she's coming out with a jam station, I think, and then she also has several different types of harvestables where you can actually go and take these things and make new recipes, which I think is really freaking amazing. So with this house and maybe some of her downloads, just saying, you could really create that off-the-grid experience, because she also has a beekeeper set too. So if you guys are into that, where you can like harvest honey, you can even sell these things at the flea market or flea festival, I don't even know, and down in San Myshuno. So there's like a lot of actual purpose for these downloads. It's not just like for fun and games. Like, it's literally for, like, you can live off of these things. So that's kind of what I had in mind when I was thinking about it. I was like, God, if she comes out with this set sometime soon, this will be perfect. So yeah, I made the shed. and I put in a woodworking station with this kind of very like industrial bookshelf, and I think it's really simple, but it's cute. And I'm just kind of finishing up the kitchen. I feel like for me personally, I get a ton of use out of the parenthood stuff. Just like the overall items, I feel like I use quite often. The kitchen sets, that kind of stuff. I'm really finding myself reaching for a lot of these items in the parenthood pack. So that's really freaking exciting. I haven't gotten a full-on chance to really explore that pack, and I know a lot of you have been asking like, where is that LP? Just long story short, I decided that I'm no longer going to do that LP because there's just a lot of critique and criticism on my real life and how I raise my actual children based on that LP, which is like, it's stupid, you know, and I shouldn't let it get to me, and it doesn't get to me. It's just because of that, I'm walking on eggshells, and it's just subconsciously in the back of my head, and it kind of just sucked the fun and joy out of it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just did. So it's not happening anymore, and it's totally fine. Like, it's whatever, you know, it's not something that was going to be like a long LP anyway. And I'm the kind of person that I want to bring content to you guys that I'm actually enjoying and I can submerge myself in and absolutely love, because if I love it, you're going to love it, because I'm going to put in the extra work, and you're going to notice that. So I, for one, just didn't feel like there was any real, how do I say, direction with the LP anyway, you know what I mean? So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and I just wanted to, like, fill you guys in on that and where it is. But I was thinking of possibly doing a parenthood LP sometime in the future, maybe using different Sims or something of the sort. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do, but I would really like to this summer, before the summer ends, start up another Bachelor LP, which I think is something you guys have been asking for a bunch, and just fixating on my other LPs that I have running on my channel. But yeah, I think that's all I really need to say when it comes to that stuff. I have so many thoughts and visions and things I want to bring to this channel, and even my second channel. You guys, I want to literally do it all, and I'm sure so many of you out there can totally relate to that. I just don't have all the time in the world that I wish that I did. You know, with this whole new mommy life thing, mommy of two thing, I'm still very much settling into my role, and I do believe once I kind of have a, you know, bigger grapple onto that, I'll be able to do more things like face cam. I would really like to do that a lot. I'm actually thinking of moving my desk from my master bedroom into my third room, and kind of just like co-sharing this room with Crixus until we move next year. So I might do that, which means more streams, or actually streams. I think I've only streamed once in my life. So, you know, fake streamer over here. Hey, hi, how you doing? But yeah, I would love to do that. And I would also love to do a more, you know, second channel videos, like beauty videos and things like that. Like, I have those intentions. Like, I want to do those things. I also don't have the time. So with that, you know, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Can you believe it's been damn near a year since I was pregnant, or found out I was pregnant, had the baby? I mean, if you think about it, in the last, 5 years that I've been on YouTube, we have grown up together, okay? 5 years is a long damn time. Like, we're pretty much in a committed relationship at this point. We've been staying for this long. So I really do appreciate it. I'm actually coming up on my 300,000, and oh my God, like, I remember when I hit 100,000, I was like, okay, for 300, I'm gonna get a tattoo of a plumb bob, and I'm still thinking of doing that. I want to do that. I just haven't publicly announced it yet, because I am terrified of freaking needles. Obviously, I'd film the entire experience, but I'm terrified of needles. And I'm, I'm scared, and I don't want to hit the 300,000 because it's like a promise. And if I make a promise like that, I'm definitely going to keep it. So I haven't officially announced it. You're the first to know here on YouTube. So hey, keep that secret to the grave. Pretty Little Lies style. Anyway, speaking of TV shows and stuff, what are your favorite TV shows to watch at the moment? Mine personally, you're gonna probably laugh. Okay, What Happens at the Abbey, I love, because it's so damn just extra. You know what I mean? It's super duper dramatic. And then I'm also really loving 90 Day Fiancé. And Fisa, she's like, my spirit animal. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. A lot of people don't like her because they think that she is a gold digger, which she is, and she's been very open and honest about it. But George, man, that boy, he gone and messed up. Anyway, they're both made for each other. Anyway, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, just look up 90 Day Fiancé, look up Infisa and George, and I promise you, you'll thank me later. You'll be clicking the clips one after a freaking another because it's so damn appalling. It's a mess. It's a shit show. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap up this build with, you know, just adding in those little extra details like I was mentioning earlier, kind of extending things, especially this bedroom. At first, it was just way too cramped for comfort. You literally could not brush your teeth in this room, and I wanted to be able to, you know, have this armoire, and I wanted to really be able to, I guess, utilize the space, and I needed just a little teensy extra bit to do that in. And then upstairs, I think we may have already actually furnished that little attic area, but I don't know, what will you guys do with the upstairs? Like, would you be able to make it actually functional? It's kind of like this odd, you know, hot dog shape, and all I could fit in there was a desk, but I don't know, what would you use this for? Let me know in the comments down below. And then I think that's pretty much it. There might be a couple other things that we gotta play around with. That is the, if you can see the little shingle wallpaper, that is custom content, you guys, so I will link that down below if you want to just pop that into your game. It's super Maximus match friendly. It looks like it should be in the game. Otherwise, I'll upload 2 versions. I hope I will upload the CC free version, where I'll just replace that with something, you know, from the game, and then the other version where it's already in there, so you don't have to like go through and add it in yourself, even though that's not that hard. So I think we're just kind of like wrapping up the shed here. I really wanted to put more stuff in there, but I didn't want to make this build crazy expensive. You guys, I know it looks like it's worth $1 million, thanks, but it's actually under 50,000 freaking dollars. So yeah, just add in a little bit of clutter, some random odds and ends, and voila, here we have the off of the grid build. And I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out here with me today. If you did, don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Well, the sun doesn't shine, and hey, I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.